If you are in the market to buy a new TV, then Samsung is one of the best brands to buy. In today's tech video, we're going to do a review of the Samsung QN90D. Well, hey guys, Juan here. Thanks for stopping by my channel and checking out this video. This is the 65-inch TV that I just got and I've had for a little bit of time now, and I wanted to give my review on it after owning it and using it and putting it to quite a few hours of use with my kids and my family of watching TV, and to give my feedback and see if this is maybe a TV that you're interested in purchasing. And hopefully you can base that off of some of my opinions on being an honest, normal, average consumer of buying a television. Now, I don't work for Samsung. I'm not affiliated with them by any means. So what I'm telling you is all my honest opinion of owning this thing for a little bit of time now. So what I'll do is I'll talk about what I've learned from it, and then I'll talk about more of the in-depth specifics on this TV later on in the video. But as far as owning it for a few weeks now, it's been a great TV. The picture quality is awesome. I mean, like, really awesome. So I upgraded from a 4K UHD TV to this QLED 4K UHD. Also, it's just bigger. I had a 55-inch. I went bigger to 65. So I think a lot of times whenever we upgrade our televisions, we usually end up going bigger. But that's what I did, and I got to tell you, the picture on this, beautiful. It's just awesome. The other day I was watching Endgame on it, and the clarity was so clear. It was almost like they were right there, and I could reach in there and touch them. That's how the clarity is on this. Right now, I've got a background image on here. This is kind of like their screensavers that they have. Samsung has built in a ton of different kinds of screensavers that you can put on there. So instead of just having like a black picture, whenever you're not watching TV, you can have something that's pretty to look at just like this, and it stays on there for quite a long time. Now, one of the main reasons that I went with the QLED when I was shopping around for televisions, because I had it boiled down to two TVs. I was either going to get the Samsung QLED or I was going to get the LG OLED display, because I think that's what TVs are going to be going to in the future. So I wanted to make sure that I buy a TV that's going to last a while and it's going to be kind of future-proof. Because how often do you buy TVs for your main living room? It's, every so many years. So I wanted to make sure that I got one that's going to last a while, and it's going to be something that's going to be, a good TV for years to come. But the reason that I went with this one, the QLED, was because when it comes to OLED and QLED, if you are in a room that has a lot of natural light, like for this room, for example, I've got a lot of windows over here. There's a couple windows over here. There's a glare that'll be on the TV. The Samsung QLED is better when it comes to glares on a TV than they are with OLED. So that was one of the big reasons that I went with this TV. Also, I am a fan of Samsung. I've had a few TVs and they've always lasted a long time versus somebody who maybe had a Vizio or something like that. I had a buddy who had a Vizio and it lasted like a year and it broke on him. My Samsungs have always lasted quite a long time. So they're a trusted brand. They're at the top, they're right there with Sony and LG. And so buying a Samsung QLED was something that I was pretty confident in it lasting for years to come. Now, let me talk about some of the specifics of actually using this thing for a little while. This has what's called Bixby built into it, okay? And anybody who has a Samsung device, they're pretty familiar with what Bixby is. But if you're not, Bixby is kind of like Samsung's Siri, like Apple's Siri, or it's kind of like their Amazon Alexa, okay? It has Bixby built in it, so you can talk to this TV and turn it on with the Bixby command. You just say, hey, Bixby. But let me tell you, it's not that good yet, okay? Samsung has some work to do with that. I would have to say that Amazon's Alexa is the leader in the industry when it comes to artificial intelligence and talking with voice commands. Siri works pretty good on my phone. Maybe not as good as Alexa, but these guys are last in line. I don't know. For some reason, it doesn't understand my voice very well. I sometimes got to yell it. It does have that capability to have that voice command in your TV. So talk about living in the future. We're like in the Jetsons age, or Back to the Future too, if you're a fan of those movies like I am. Now, the other thing that I experienced that was kind of a con is that there was a time that I turned off the TV completely, and I was in the kitchen area and I was kind of cleaning, and then all of a sudden the TV just came back on. How creepy is that? But I'm sure it was because of that Bixby built in there that it turned it on. So it's almost like having Poltergeist TV inside your house. So that was kind of weird. It's only done that twice to me. In the middle of the night, the TV came on one time. So in the good length of time that we've owned this TV, that's happened. So that's the con on it. But the pros outweigh the cons on this TV. It is such a great TV. The clarity, the picture on it is just amazing. So let's take a look at it a little bit. So the remote on this thing looks like this. Okay, so it's a pretty narrow remote. There's not a whole lot of buttons on there, so it's not real daunting. Sometimes you can get a remote that's got so many different buttons on there that you don't really know what to do with, but this is what the remote looks like, and it's kind of shaped like this. So it's almost a little bit narrow to lose into your couch or your recliner, but keep an eye on this bad boy. Now, the great thing with this, it is a smart TV, so it does have its own smart capabilities that are built right into the TV. You don't have to go out and buy an external stick to put in there, another like a Roku device or a Fire Stick or anything like that. Samsung has their own smart technology built into the TV. So when you hit the home button, just like this, it brings up all the different options of apps that you can download on there. And with this being one of the newest TVs on the market, one of the best TVs out on the market, it's got every app that you can pretty much think of. So it's got even Apple TV, which sometimes it's not available on all TVs, but this has Apple TV. It's got your Disney Plus, your Hulu, your Netflix, which are built in. And then also on the remote, it's actually got Netflix right here. It's got Prime Video and Hulu as quick shortcuts that you can press and it'll automatically launch those apps. And along with having all the different apps that you can download, it does have its own like TV platform. So we'll go right here, this little icon. So right there's Disney Plus, Spectrum. That little icon there is kind of like their own built-in platform, and it's got free movies on there also. It's got movies that you can buy. I haven't used it too much because I've always just used our Netflix or our Disney Plus, but it does have that capability in case you buy it and you don't have a subscription to Netflix, Hulu, or any of the other ones. You can watch free movies on their built-in platform. And like I mentioned previously in the video, it's got its ambient mode, so it's got all these different options to select different screensavers on there. So we'll go to the ambient mode screen on this right now. Okay, so it's loading, and then on here on the bottom, it's got different kinds of features. It's got like My Album, so maybe if you wanted to upload your own pictures to the Samsung platform, you could have your own pictures displayed on here. It's got like artwork. It's got like different kinds of contemporary type of artwork. So it's got so many different features on there. But I kind of like the landscape view, so I've kept that on there for a little while. Every once in a while, I'll change it up. And if you are in the whole smart things platform with the Samsung, it is built right into this TV to where you can control some of your other devices that are in that smart things hub. So that's kind of a neat little feature that you're able to access it right here on your remote through there. So another way is you could always just dive into your phone, download the Smart Things app, and do it that way also. So it gives you so many different ways of being able to access your content, and they do it very easily. All right, so for example, right here, this is Endgame. I wish you guys could really see the clarity of this screen here. It's kind of hard to tell from recording on it like this, but it's got excellent quality. And the sound is pretty good for just being the built-in speakers on a TV. I know a lot of people will get sound bars to put at the bottom of their TV or mount them. It has pretty good sound for just being the standalone speakers that are built in. Another great feature with this TV is the bezel that goes all the way around the TV right here. It's really thin, so most of what you see is just screen. There's not a whole lot of plastic that you see along the edges. Now, this is a 65-inch TV. That's what it's advertised at, but I want to put a tape measure on it so that way you guys can see exactly what the exact measurement is of screen real estate that you get. So whenever they say the inches of a TV, you always measure from angle to angle like that. You don't measure across or down. So we're going to put a tape measure on us to see what it measures out to be. All right, so got a tape measure here. Let's measure it. Okay, so the actual measurement comes to be about 65 3/8. So that's they actually give you 3/8 of an inch extra, so that's pretty good. That's what that measures, the actual measurement of screen real estate on this TV. Now, so that's some of the specifics of being an honest user, Probably a lot of people who are going to watch this video are not really ones that need to dive so much into the technical part of the television. They just want to know some of the main user specifics. So that's what I've experienced so far. All right, so hopefully this helped you out in deciding if this was a TV for you. If it is, make sure you throw a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel now. That way you can see all the tech videos that I'm making here, and I'd love to have you back at the next one as a subscriber. So thanks for watching this video, guys.